Surprise, Dorothy. We hope that you will sit back for the next few minutes and hear all about you actually and what you've done at the soup kitchen from all your friends, your co-workers, some of the people who come here for lunch every day as well, and just enjoy it. Dorothy, you were part of the original group that came together to really talk about the whole concept of a soup kitchen for this community. And ever since that time, you've been on board with all your heart and all your soul and all your time and all your attention, and really have made an amazing commitment to this project. But there isn't ever any way that we can repay you for what you've done, and you would never ask us to do that because it has been such a huge part of your life, and I know you've loved every minute of it, well, most minutes of it. But there isn't ever anything that we can do to pay you back. Just know that you have our love and you have an amazing respect from all of us, and we just thank you from the bottom of our hearts for everything you've done for Grayson Grand Central Station and that you'll continue to do.
Hi, Dorothy. Well, it's been a long road. Gail and I were talking. It's probably been over 7 years since we started all this, and Gail's right. You were there from the very start, and you were very, very important to all of us in this whole thing. And we appreciate so much all that you've done, and I've known you for a long time, but I feel like I'm much closer to you, and I dearly love you. You are just the sweetest person I know.
Dorothy, it's been a long time up here. You made a difference in this place. I never would have thought that this would have happened in my lifetime, to see something like this happening. Whether you know it or not, you made a difference in a lot of people's lives. I've seen a change in the people here in Sherman because of this soup kitchen. I get emotional about it because it's been here since the beginning of time, people helping people, and that's what y'all have made happen here.
I can remember the first meeting here in this building when we had a humongous crowd of support come in, and you and Gail organized it and talked to everybody and explained what you're trying to do. And I couldn't imagine at that point how you're going to pull that crew together and make this thing operate as smooth as it has been going for these 2+ years. And it has been an inspiration for me to go out and get my food manager's license, and so I can come in here and be a part of it. And that has really been a blessing for me. And after I retired, I didn't have much to do. And I look forward to being here every week. We've really come a long way in such a short period of time. And it's all thanks to your efforts and your diligence and seeing that everything ran smoothly and everything was here that we needed to work with.
Dorothy, when I first came here, Gail came to my church and gave a speech and said that they need some people out here. So I went and took my food manager's license, and I came out here and I gave it to Don. You weren't here, and I didn't hear anything for about 2 days. And I thought, well, she doesn't want me. And then finally you called, and I said, I don't know how to cook. And you said, that doesn't make any difference. And but you trained me how to cook along with Phyllis and Corley, and I think I finally got there. And it's been a pleasure knowing you, and I think I'm a better person for knowing you, and you're one of the finest people I've ever met.
Dorothy, the thing that I remember most about you, the thing that's always impressed me, is that you're always thanking us, always telling us how great we are, and you've been there all the time. You're not the one that's been getting the thanks. You're doing the work behind the scenes and making this thing hold together, and yet you're there profusely thanking all of us. Well, thank you, Dorothy. Thank you for being there. Thank you for all that you've done for us, and thanks for making us feel appreciated.
I can remember when we first started this, meeting at Gail's office, and look where we're at 2.5 years later. It's just a fantastic job you've done here. All the volunteers here are just great. Everything's been going really good since you've been gone, but that doesn't mean we didn't miss you. A lot of the guests have missed you, and we just need you back, and we're going to really enjoy having you back as a volunteer. and any help you want to continue to give me, like making the schedule, you're more than welcome to. But I know you had a safe trip because you're home now watching this, and I just want to tell you that you've done a fantastic job here. And again, all the volunteers here are just great people. I've enjoyed meeting them all, and I've enjoyed working with them. And we just have a good time. It's not like we're at work. We're just having a good time here. So I just want to thank you again, and thanks for the big shoes. Bye.
Hey, Dorothy. Well, I've got to say that you saved my life. You really did. I had to retire early, and I thought, what am I going to do? And then I heard about the meeting, came to the meeting, and I got all excited. And I remember what you did. You put out this big calendar, and you said, well, if you want to sign up for, volunteer. And then there I was signing every little space and everything. And it really did. It saved my life because I didn't know what I was going to do. What I was going to do, sit at home, no kids anymore. And so I started volunteering here, and it was so wonderful. It was the best feeling in the world. You made me feel so welcome. You helped me. I'm not a cook, but you helped me learn, and you were always so kind. And then all of a sudden you said, hey, you're here all the time. Why don't you be one of our supervisors? Another thing that helped me make it through that tough time in my life. And I just thank you so much for that. And you were always thanking me because I was helping, but little do you know, you helped me so much. And I'll just never forget that, and you better come by and see us because I'm gonna miss you. Thank you, Dorothy. I appreciate it.
Hey, Dorothy. I could tell lots of funny stories that have happened since I've been the shopper at the soup kitchen. And the one thing that when I saw it in the paper, I called and said, hey, Dorothy, I want to volunteer. And you said, well, sorry, we don't really have any spaces. And so I said, okay. But then later you called me and you said, how would you like to shop? And I thought, well, that's a great thing for me because I love to shop. But so I've enjoyed shopping. I've enjoyed getting to know you. And one thing I've noticed since being here, it's never dull. Like the time that we came to work and get here in the morning and the freezer's broken and we have to totally clean out the freezer and find things for everything that hasn't thawed out yet and throw away the food that has thawed. And or the time when they left the water running and they called you because the water was running out the front door, and it took hours and hours to mop and dry everything. But it's always exciting down here, and I want to thank you for letting me be a part of it, and it's been great to get to know you. And I hope to continue to get to know you, and remember, I still have your number, so we'll be calling. Thanks.
Hi, Dorothy. Kathleen, just wanted to say thanks for everything you've done and continue to do for the soup kitchen. It's been a pleasure serving with you, and an honor to get to know you and be your friend.
Hello, Dorothy. We just wanted to tell you how much we've enjoyed working with you. What a fabulous job you've done of getting the Grand Central Station from an idea in a boardroom into actual working order. All the skills that you have, that you used, have been amazing to watch, from organizing 300 volunteers and orienting them, setting up the schedule, everything in the food and getting the menus. It's just been amazing. And I know some of it hasn't been easy or convenient, such as when we had a flood and you go back up and mop it all up, and whatever the problem is, you have just done a wonderful job, and it's been an honor to work with you, and it's such an impact in our area. We love you.
Well, Dorothy, let me begin by saying I do not go on film just for anybody. So when Gail asked me to do this, I had my reservations, but I thought, my goodness, it's for Dorothy. How can I turn her down? And Gail said, well, you can tell a funny story, or you can read a Bible verse about her. And unfortunately, all of our funny stories happened during knitting. And as we all took that little vow that what happens in knitting stays in knitting, I'm going to read a Bible verse instead. When I think of you, Dorothy, this verse always comes to mind. It's Philippians 2:4. Each of you should look not only to your own interest, but also to the interest of others. When I think about you, Dorothy, I think about your life in the soup kitchen and how your life is always others-centered. You don't put yourself first, but you put God and others. And we know that you're a very busy lady, but you never let your own schedule crowd out that Christian service for other people. And I want you to know that we all appreciate it and we love you for it, and you're just a great lady, and I'm proud to call you friend.
Hi, Mom. We just wanted to say thank you for all you do, and even though we don't always want to share you, we love what you're doing, and I know the community appreciates it, and we just think the world of you, and we're so proud to call you our mom and our, what is she?
She's my Dodie.
You say, I love you, Dodie.
I love you, Dodie.
Love you, Dodie.
Thank you.